Hello everybody, welcome back to my playthrough of Scarlet Hallow. Before I get started on where I previously left off, I realized that this game is in fact not a free game. The first episode is free, the rest of them are not, and I don't know if the game is finished. So, I may or may not continue playing after I'm done with the episode 1. Luckily, I'm going to get birthday money in less than a month. So if I really like where this game is going and I really want to find out more, I will continue playing. I'll buy the rest of the game and I'll continue playing. I will especially continue playing if this video can get 5 likes. And no, that's not a joke. That would be on par with some of my most liked videos if this had 5 likes. And it will tell me that people are interested and I should spend the money. Okay, let's get into it. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of some monsters. You feel an overwhelming sense of foreboding, which seems only natural considering where you are. Your instinct screams at you to leave, but at the same time you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and to not dwell too much on this strange feeling. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there are truly hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. This is literally me with ghosts. Werewolves, I kind of lumped them in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, geez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all that is just bunk, am I right? What do you think about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. Oh no, Stella. We're gonna have some little conflict on that because I've got some strong opinions about aliens and the likelihood of them visiting Earth. You don't see me hunting down aliens out here because we know they're real. Fucking wild. See, that's just what the government wants you to think. It's easier for them to cover up their secret research programs if they trick everyone into thinking that aliens are behind abductions and UFO sightings and all that weird stuff. Sure, the government does some messed up stuff on the daily, but the way I see it, I have about as much control over them as I would over extraterrestrial beings. Okay, that's fair. So if I have no control over these things, might as well choose to think it's been aliens all this time and let a little joy into my heart, you know? Besides, it's not like it matters which of us is right if either of us is right at all. I'll die one day, and so will you, and eventually there'll be no one left who remembers us or what we did in our lifetimes. That's so... Stella. Damn, you disarmed me with your nihilism. And now I feel an empty pit in my soul at the thought of the vastness of time. Aw, don't worry. Isn't there something comfort and inherent meaningless of our actions? Are you really expecting to find anything out here? What are the chances we actually run into a skunk gate in just one night of filming? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that's stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mystic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? What's the weirdest thing you've seen out here? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. That is pretty messed up and totally a thing a deer would do. Deer I have strong opinions about deer, too. They need to just get a job and contribute to society for a change. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if that counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It was all stuff in the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep in my dresser as a little souvenir. I don't want to know if anything bad has ever happened on these hikes. I am going to assume it probably has, because you're hiking in the woods alone, and that's usually not advised, at least not if you're not an expert or experienced. So let's just move on. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for out here? Skunk ape? Sorry I asked. And who is this you got suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. Aren't you... Is that... Yep, I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Both y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter, and it won't be too appreciative a couple of fools with a camera scared away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Aw, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around in the woods at night yelling about Chukabak... Chunkabaka... I have no idea why that's so funny. Something's been getting at my chickens. Lost 3 this week. Can't afford to lose many more than that. I'm sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now, see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell it is. I know exactly what it is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what you little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course, you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm pretty sure I lost the original accent for this guy. I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed yet. Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. He kinda has a point. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video, and they were calling me all sorts of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's possible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of the woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, a sinking feeling starts to pull at your stomach as if the 4 of you were inexorably creeping towards something terrible. I mean... yeah. Don't kill endangered animals, please. No, I'm gonna use my mystical. I don't think this ends well for you. How would you know? I go hunting in these woods all the time. Night, day, possums, bears, it doesn't make a difference. Even a mountain lion wouldn't stand a chance against the ingenuity of man here. Unless it's not a mountain lion. Oh, don't you get started again. Your daddy could hear you now going on about ghouls and goblins using what he taught you to run around these woods like some paranormal investigator. Do you want that to be his legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are heading down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'd be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of those poor little fellas. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening. As Duke and Stella dig their feet in, the sinking feeling in your gut gains form and clarity. Somebody here is going to die tonight. Uh-oh. If I miss my update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. I don't know if... Okay, so I don't think telling people one of us is going to die tonight is like a good idea. That's, first of all, I don't think they believe me. Second of all, it creeps people out. But if it's between that and just saving Stella, like, this guy's just trying to protect his chicken, and I can appreciate that, even though he's out here like, I'm gonna kill this mountain lion. I can understand the human side of things of, I need my chickens. I love my chickens. I don't want a mountain lion to kill them all. So so far he hasn't given me a reason to like want to just let him die. So one of us is going to die tonight. I can feel it. Now what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to threaten me? I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. A weird, bad feeling. Whoa, are you psychic or something? What magic 8-ball response am I giving to this question? Maybe. I do get a lot of weird feelings, especially before bad things are about to happen. I've been having more of them than usual for the past week, now that I think about it. Aw, hush. There ain't no such thing as psychics. You're just trying to unsettle me, so I let y'all off in the woods to film your little video. Megs, I think you freaked Duke out enough for one evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man to his wild goose chase. I am not freaked out by your friend's theatrics, but if it gets you off my hair, sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home and stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easily. Come on. I know a trail that'll get us around him. I do want to go into the woods. See, here's the thing. If I back out, I'm worried Stella won't. I'm worried that there isn't a way to get Stella to back out. And that she's going to go into these woods anyway. And sure, maybe down the line, I make a bad decision and it gets her killed. But what if I make a decision and it saves her life? Lead the way. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Alright, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Megs, and I find ourselves on a high hill of the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though most encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we are on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? Though you and Stella are back on your own, the unsettling feeling that settled in your gut earlier still remains. Yeah, I figured it would. There's something wrong in these woods, but what it is still eludes you. Wait, can I romance Stella? This is not even a consideration until now that I could romance any of these characters. Would I do that to my new friend Avery? Would they be okay if I romanced Stella? Because they kind of seem to have like some kind of, I mean, at the very least, they're very like her biggest fan type thing, but maybe I'm reading too much into that. Ooh. I'm not gonna do it this time, but if it gives me the option again that seems something romantic, I will in fact go for it. It's breathtaking, and the air is so clean and fresh. I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone to say wow with. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. What was that? Haha, no need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big scary predators like us. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. There's too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses fit for potatoes, do they? Yeah, there was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an absence, maybe a tuner. It's not like wild animals can get those things taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. There's not much we can do about it. That's got my heart rate up. I'm so ready for the hunt. Same for me. How's about we take a quick snack break to fuel up? Then we get right into tonight's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Nice. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open up bags of assorted snacks. Trail mix. Grab the trail mix. Classic choice. It never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff. And I use diced cherries instead of raisins. That is great. I forgot that there were raisins in trail mix, and I do prefer cherries. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide raisins. Yes, finally someone who gets it. Raisins are glorified mouse droppings. They destroy everything they touch. Facts. Definitely. Any other dried fruit is better. Got to finally meet a fellow preserved fruit connoisseur who can appreciate my refined taste in trail mix. Haha. You and Stella settle down on the overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of the evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So tell me, what's it like in Pittsburgh? Do you have a house? An apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Megs. I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. And it's a mixed bag. At first, it was kind of nice to finally have space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone, and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself. And as far as they know, I'm happy being there. Lights flicker, the toilet's constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I'll do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room? When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in an old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe it's just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place, or maybe finding a roommate? There's gotta be a better apartment than that in a big city like Pittsburgh. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh yeah? Well, what do you do for a living? A toughie. I know this is just character building for me, but I have an Etsy store where I sell assorted arts and crafts. Sometimes I'll do commissions. Sometimes I'll just sort of find something on the street and fix it up with a quirky design, like giving something a mustache or painting it to look like a bee. Oh, you're an artist. And you upcycle trash. That's cool, Megs. Thanks, Stella. Most people I meet tend to raise their eyebrows when I tell them what I do. But you know what? I love it. It might not be much, but it's empowering to feel like I'm taking control of my own destiny. Believe me, I can relate. I don't think I give up on what I do for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. Is it this down here? Is that watching me? Is it the skunk ape? Whatever's watching you has been doing so for a long, long time. You know what? Mystical and street smart coming together to probably save our lives. Oh, it was that. Oh! You scan the tree line, but whatever might be out there is nowhere to be seen. I think we're being watched. It might be Skunk Ape. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside of town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad to keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. I gather your parents aren't exactly around anymore? Yep, you got it. They died a few years back. But it's okay. I've done my mourning, life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home, just me and Gretchen. It could be a lot worse. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Aw, thanks, Megs. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? I'm okay, hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the wound at that point. Whoa. That sound wasn't meant for human ears. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen. But the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hallow. There's no turning back now. That was the thing I was worried about, that there wasn't actually any way getting out of this. So might as well just accept it. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. There's something terrible out there, Stella. Whatever it is, it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me, and let's check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's heading north. Let's go after it. Okay, I'm definitely with her, but that chicken had the same tumors as the deer. Which is suspicious. Because typically... Actually, no. Could be a coincidence. It's probably not. 3 things is usually when you rule something as too coincidental. We'll stick to the 3 rule. Right behind you. I feel like Duke would have mentioned something about that. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Uh-oh. Oof. Are you okay? Haha, yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must be one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen get too close or she'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. Okay, not a coincidence. We're ruling that out now. Whatever it might be, you know better than to investigate the slump any closer. You've seen horror movies. You back away from the chicken, your curiosity eclipsed by your instinct for self-preservation. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing barely still attached, but it seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. Ahem. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor. Could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Geez, I'm gonna have to put some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that? What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to? But Birdie? Oh, Birdie, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what did this to her? Duke, we're on the same team here. We both want to know what happened to Birdie as much as you do right now, so we'll get to the bottom of this, I promise. We were on the trail when we found her like this. Whatever did this to her, I think I can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. The fuck? Oh, he's not pointing at her. I thought he was pointing at Stella, and I'm like, what are you doing? Come out here, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. Uh-oh. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of some peace like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Quick, they're closing in on us. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! You hear a body hit the ground and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sounds of nature creep back in. I think I got Duke killed. Gretchen? Megs? Duke? Are you alright? Just a little shaken up. Same. Gretchen whines and shakes in your arms. Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, are you okay? No, no. Oh my god, Duke, holy shit. What do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? Okay, so here's the thing. This is really cold. I don't want to pick it. But like if we went to the police, are they going to believe that he was holding the gun and shot himself on accident? Because that doesn't really look like an accidental shot, but it is what happened. I don't want to go after those things, so we're not doing that. What do you mean, what do we do? We've got to take this to the police. A man's dead. You're right. And we have footage of what happened here. But it's so dark and shaky. It all just seems so unbelievable. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Are you sure this is a good idea, Stella? Nope, but we're already in this deep. What's the harm in digging a little deeper? You silently nod as your eyes meet Stella's. This might be a bad idea, but it's your and Stella's bad idea to make. Looks like Duke managed to tag one of them before he... You know. We should be able to follow that blood trail. Let's go while it's still fresh. Oh my god, what are these things? As you and Stella push through the woods, unearthly sounds once again surround you. I only have one option. Jesus Christ. God, they're everywhere. I think we're almost there. The tree's starting to thin out. The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you're surrounded. Most of those swellings, all the animals here have them. Or had them. They want us to leave, Stella. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't have seen any of this. Yeah, you're right. We have enough footage. Let's get the hell away from this nest before things get ugly. Just as you follow Stella in a mad dash through the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. In the highest branches of the trees and down the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they stopped following us. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. Uh-oh. And 13 text messages. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. But first things first, let's call the cops. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl? This is Stella Richmond. I'm on the mountain on the Asgina Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl. Who's gonna tell Bo? I guess we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a parole car arrives on the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby and a friendly older man, Deputy Franklin. A serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See? Right there. A thing jumps out of the woods, and then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam hell? What is that, some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They killed Duke. Uh-huh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off to save the battery. Stella gave in to the request suspiciously easily. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out here in the morning to retrieve the body. But for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you in. Who are you exactly? That's Megs. They came in town today for the funeral. Megs? As in... Tabitha's cousin, yeah. Damn. Didn't think you'd actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'd kindly step in the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? You can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Stella dies. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up in the front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. Sure, Earl. You can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. The cops usher you and Stella into the back of their squad car. You're just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretches across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. For such a gregarious person, Stella is unusually quiet as the car makes its way down the pitch-black mountain road. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. You reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but you can feel her tension ease, and hear her let out a self-soothing sigh. I guess we just saw a man die. I don't know what to say either. Looks to me like she's got a bout of car sickness. Must be why she thought walking home sounded like such a good idea. Guess whatever y'all saw out in the woods wasn't as bad as an upset tummy. I'm sure she'll be right as rain as once we get back down the hill, though she'd best try not to hurl in the meantime. We wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late cleaning the squad car. We're only a few minutes away now. Y'all had better keep it together until then. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to an uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have to sort this out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was. I'm sure these are two very lovely pop culture references, but I don't understand them. Megs. Sure. You're in town for the funeral? Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on them for us. Make sure they don't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy. And y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. So, at the end of this recording, my computer randomly decided to shut down and give me a white screen. Luckily, the recording was recoverable, and I didn't have to redo all of that and fake a reaction. But that means I didn't save, and I have to go through and redo a big section of this. So I'm going to call it there for today, and we will continue this in part 3. There was a little bit left of this recording that I have, but I'm going to attach that to the next part, simply because this seems like a good ending, and this video is getting pretty long. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. If we get 5 likes, I will buy the game, and we'll get past chapter 1. I'll probably buy the game anyway. Alright, have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.